Y'all need a sound check?
Please.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What do you have for breakfast?
I don't eat breakfast. Coffee. We good? All right, good morning, everyone. I just got done meeting with some of the incredible law enforcement heroes that are working to keep the people of this and the surrounding communities safe, and to get an update on the ongoing efforts to bring safety and justice to this region following Saturday night's senseless violence along I-75. As you all know, 5 people were injured in the incident. But God was with us even when it was toughest. The newest information I've received is that 4 of the 5 victims have been released from the hospital, and the 5th is expected to survive. From someone that's lost people close to him in a mass shooting, no one wants to go through it, but for everyone to make it, we're really grateful for. We are deeply thankful for everyone who responded on that day and since. Thankful for those that answered the 911 calls who I just got to meet this morning, that because of their diligent efforts, those ambulances filled with other heroes were there on the scene. We owe a debt of gratitude to the healthcare heroes both in those ambulances and ultimately at the hospitals that provided life-saving care. We're grateful to local law enforcement who responded so quickly, ensuring that this situation did not get worse and immediately opened an investigation that continues. Grateful for the cooperation, knowing that justice and safety is the end goal. And while the uniforms may look a little bit different behind me, everyone's goal is the same: to protect the citizens of the Commonwealth of Kentucky and to bring safety and stability back to this region. To the victims, their families, and this community, these things aren't supposed to happen, but they seem to happen far too often. But know that your Commonwealth is here for you. We care about you. We'll stand with you both in the days that have happened since and the days that are moving forward, and we will heal from this incident. Since Saturday, authorities have been working tirelessly, utilizing every tool at their disposal. I want to be very clear today that I am proud of the work of all the law enforcement agencies and what they're doing. They are bringing the most modern technology, every technique that is possible, to search some of the most rugged terrain that anyone could hide in. Yes, they haven't found this individual yet, but that's not for lack of trying. There are so many individuals, so many resources that have been brought to bear and will continue to be brought to bear. I'm really grateful for everyone that's been involved in the search. You look at all of the different agencies that are represented: the Laurel County Sheriff's Office, the London City Police Department, the Kentucky State Police, the FBI, ATF, the U.S. Marshal Service. We even brought in the National Guard because of what the Black Hawks could do in helping us to search some very dense areas. And if I've missed anybody standing up here, it's only because we have that many groups that have pitched in and that are working hard to try to bring some closure to this situation and ultimately catch this individual. The days since this incident have been tough for this community, but as I said, after the devastating floods hit some of this same area a few years ago, these are tough challenges, but this area is filled with the very toughest of people. Kentuckians are doing what we do best. We're coming together and we're helping our fellow neighbors. Our law enforcement and other emergency service partners, again, have done a tremendous job. They haven't stopped looking for this individual, but they've also doubled down on providing safety for this community. I know everyone, especially local law enforcement, others from KSP that have been brought in, are doing more than they have maybe ever done before, working extra shifts so that people in the area can feel safe in such a scary time. They've worked through rough terrain. They've worked in the dark and understand in this terrain, they've put their own lives on the line in each of these searches. And that's why it's so important that the search is done professionally and carefully, because we haven't lost anyone yet from this shooter, and we want to make sure we don't lose anyone going forward. I want to thank Kentucky Emergency Management for their help, both in supporting local law enforcement and some technology they brought to the table. Again, I want to thank everyone in both local, city, and county government. Since it occurred, I've been in regular contact with your mayor and your county judge executive, who's here today. I've been receiving regular reports from the Kentucky State Police, and like everyone, hoping that we'll get that report that this individual is found and that this situation is over. As the days move forward, we also know that folks are going to be trying to get back to their everyday life, which is a challenge in times like this. Know that your state stands with you, and we are ready, willing, and able to provide additional resources to hopefully get back to that transition to everyday life. We started with Rockcastle Public Schools yesterday, coming up with a good plan provided by their superintendent, where the Kentucky State Police augmented local law enforcement and helped with some bus routes, making sure that each of those kids could get to school safely. I know those plans are being made in each of the counties impacted, and we're thankful for the very thoughtful way that people are going about making sure that all of our families and all of our children are safe. On behalf of Team Kentucky, thank you to everyone who spent a minute, an hour, or the last several days nonstop working to try to do their very best in this situation. Now, I know there's also a lot of people out there that this is just another incident in this world, and they say, how can I help? What can I do with all this going on around me? The first thing you can do is to give blood. Now, when this incident occurred and those 5 people needed help, when they were rushed to emergency rooms, most likely all of them needed blood. And folks, we have a national blood shortage going on right now. One of the things that we can do, and not having lost anybody in this incident, paying it forward, is to make sure we're giving blood so that there is enough of a blood supply on hand for whatever incident comes next, wherever it is. So today, I'm actually leaving here, heading back to the Capitol for a blood drive that we had previously scheduled. I'm giving myself. Brittany is giving. And we're going to encourage all Kentuckians out there, regardless of where your local Red Cross or blood center is. This is one small thing that you can do every so many days to help make sure that if one of these incidents occurs, that we have the resources to take care of people that are injured the best way that we can. Now I'm going to turn it over to KSP Commissioner Burnett to provide a recap of their search efforts. Commissioner.
Thank you, Governor. Good morning. I'm Colonel Philip Burnett with Kentucky State Police. Today marks day 6 of this event. Last night made the 5th night that we were incorporating operations for the search of Mr. Couch. What I can tell you is we have no significant updates at this time, but we are following up on some leads. We're starting to have a few more tips come in, and we're still expanding upon the search area there in the Daniel Boone National Forest. We're still utilizing nighttime aircraft operations with thermal imaging. We're still using canines. We have cadaver canines. We have bloodhounds that we've brought in. The FBI has brought in a bloodhound team from Illinois. We are using surveillance. We're using intelligence. We're using ATVs. We're using moving patrols. We're using every single possible entity that we can to bring this to a successful conclusion for his capture. You know, it's unfortunate that this happened in Kentucky and here in Laurel County. But what I can say is this is how it should work when you have something that occurs here. With the federal partnership that we've had with the FBI, they've been boots on the ground. ATF, Sheriff's Department, the U.S. Marshal Service, Kentucky Emergency Management. I won't go through all those the governor's already hit. But when you talk about partnerships on a grand scheme for such a big event, this is how it should work. And we will keep working until we exhaust every single lead that we have in that area. Now, after we clear this area, we may have to expand upon that. We may have to adjust our operations, but we will still use every means of technology that we have, all of our assets that we have, equipment, and keep going forward. Now, as we go, we're still in the search phase, but we also have where I understand that there is a fear in the community. You know, I have talked with superintendents as well in the area. You know, we've talked about interaction back and forth, you know, what works best for them. I know big thing here in Kentucky is high school football games. We've already working with a plan with superintendents that we will have uniformed troopers and officers at every high school football game that is occurring Friday night. So there's a lot of things that we are going forward and working with, and we'll be more than glad to be able to sit down and discuss and give what relevant information that we can. But again, you know, our command post is there. We're still working that area right now. I mean, we have teams out there right now scouring that area, and it's difficult. I mean, it really is. I mean, you've heard it. You saw the videos. It's very treacherous terrain, and it takes time. But we're going to clear that area, and then after we clear this area, then we may have to expand and tailor our activities going forward. But again, as right now, no significant updates, but that's all I have right now. Thank you.
I also want to thank our county and Commonwealth attorney who are here today. I know they stand ready to prosecute this individual to the fullest extent of the law to make sure we set an example that we don't tolerate this type of violence in this part of Kentucky or in any part of Kentucky. We'll open it up to a few questions.
Governor Beshear, can you just talk about the timeline on when this gun was purchased and when the shooting happened? I mean, it's a turnaround of just a few hours.
Well, the information I've received is that it was in the same day. That's obviously very concerning to me. And this was an individual who appears to have been, he focused on causing harm to other human beings. I don't yet have the evidence in front of me of what fully led him to this point, but there's no excuse. Now, when you put a plan in place to take the lives of our fellow human beings and try to take as many of them as possible, you can and should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. We've got to, again, we got to do a couple things. We got to set an example that you will be brought to justice here, but we also have to make sure that people don't see notoriety or celebrity in these types of things. You know, it worries me in some of what we see in our society right now that those that end up in a bad place try to create a situation that puts these law enforcement officers in harm's way. And so in all the messages that are out there, including through the media, we hope it's presented in a way that shows people that there is no notoriety. There is no celebrity in committing an act like this. There's just evil.
Governor Beshear, I spoke to some parents yesterday at Rockcastle County Schools. Some were saying that the school is the safest place for the children to be. The others were kind of talking about that lockdown situation and how they fear with police and KSP on site looking over the schools that it may be taking some away from the search. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, first, to all the parents that are out there, I have 2 high school students. They've had threats on their school. This is scary, and I get it. And people should have the grace and the space to make a decision with what they do for their kids on these days. What I can say is the Rockcastle plan was put together very carefully. It was successful yesterday. All of those students were safe, both on the bus routes and in school. We augmented what was needed there with members of the Kentucky State Police that are not involved in the search. We will not pull resources away from the search for those other activities. We just want to make sure that people are ready to try to get back to their day-to-day lives, that there's that extra presence or people can just feel a little bit better. Those could be my kids. And I'd want that extra uniform that's out there. I'd want to know that our Commonwealth cares about them and is showing up for them, and it's going to make sure they're safe.
Governor Beshear, can you talk about the possibility of adding the Kentucky National Guard as the boots on the ground, extra resources for the search?
Right now, what was requested is some aerial assistance. The Blackhawks have proven very helpful, especially how dense it is. Right now, we don't have an extra request, but that's something we would certainly look at. And again, this isn't the type of search where you can just put a whole bunch of people out there at once, because this is an individual that we believe is still armed. Would be very difficult to spot. And again, we want to make sure that we don't lose anybody throughout this. So this is a law enforcement operation. I'm relying on the folks behind us, and they are the experts in it. They have my full confidence, and I know any extra resource they need, they're not shy about asking.
Governor Beshear, so we confirmed that the search area is still being expanded. Any indication that Joseph Couch is still in the area, or that you think is left?
I think that's what the search is all about. I think the search has two pieces that go on. One is the direct on-the-ground search, and the other is tips that come in that are investigated. The idea is if he would have left the area, then you get a tip at some point that you can corroborate. But law enforcement behind me are working both of those angles. They're not taking anything for granted. They are working day and night in the area, because if he's still here, they want to find him. They're also doing all the extra legwork to make sure that if any tip comes in that would suggest that he's left the area, that they find him through that too.
Governor, when you hear about these tips coming in, what's kind of running through your mind as far as, Kentuckians wanting to help find this guy?
We are one community, and we are horrified by the act that occurred here. This is not who we are. This is not who Laurel County or the City of London is. This is one person who chose to do wrong, who chose to do evil, and because of him, there's both 5 people who are injured and a community that has been through a lot, that has been through trauma. Everybody wants to help, and anybody who sees something credible ought to call in with that tip. Make sure that you have seen something. Make sure that you do have a real tip. But the folks up here and that work with them are following up on these over and over and over. And what it shows is people want to help, and the people are scared. And that's okay. Like we said for a year and a half, we'll get through this. We'll get through this together. And this is one strong community. It's been through a lot recently, historically, and I know we'll be able to push through it and come out the other side.
A light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, yes. Either that we are going to find this individual in the area, we will get a credible tip that he has left the area, or we will have to change the approach as time goes on. Now, while we do that, the idea will be, how do we help people feel safe during that period of time? And we've got offers from all over Kentucky, from law enforcement and other areas, to say, if you need a few extra people in uniform, if you need some extra presence, we're here. That's what happened after the tornadoes in the west. That's what happened after the floods in the east. We show up for each other all over this Commonwealth, and the rest of the Commonwealth wants you to know they care about you, they love you, they're standing with Laurel County, London, and the whole region, and are going to stand with us until we get through it. And again, we get through it together. All right, thank you all very much.